So here we go. We have our beautiful structure for our responsiveness going on here. And we are ready to proceed. Okay, let's make sure it's still responsive. Yes. Yeah. And as you can see, this little JavaScript at the bottom allows us to see that this is at 732. So that means this is between 480 and 732. Okay, so when we style, that's where we'd be looking for. All right, so let's begin. The first thing we should probably do is create some pages. So we're going to go to our dashboard and create some basic pages. Let's go up here, new page, make sure it's page, not a post. We'll call it home page. And let's go to the tool and get some dummy text. We go to dummy text. What the heck? Alright, let's just grab a couple paragraphs. We don't need the whole thing. Okay, so let's create our add our new page. Let's go to text because we already got it formatted for HTML. And we will publish that. Let's add a new. We'll call it about. Paste in some text, make sure it's in text. Boop. Publish. Let's create another one. Contact. Paste in some dummy text. Publish. And we're going to create a news. This is where our posts are going to show up. News. Okay, and we don't even need to put anything here because by default it's going to put all of our posts. There we go. Now let's go to appearance and our menus. Okay, we don't have any menus, so we got to create one. Let's just call it main. We'll call it main. Okay, we'll create the menu. And then, now that we have main, we're going to add our home page, our about, our contact, and our news. Let's add it to the menu. There they are. We can drag these about and make sure news, we probably want to put about next. And maybe our news next and then the contact, and we have to save the menu. So now we have a menu and we have some pages. Another thing that we're probably going to want to do is go down to settings and reading, and when we do that we can determine that our front page is going to be a static page and our static page is going to be our home page, and where we're going to put our posts we'll put news. There we go, and we can save those changes, and now we have a menu ready to go. Alright, so but nothing shows up of course because now we get to put our snippets in, our WordPress snippets. Now what we have to do, now that we have the structure, we have to put some code in so that our page starts communicating with the database. So here we go. This is the exciting part. You go down to WP snips and you get this loop, and this is the loop that and it's called a loop, that's why I called it a loop, because it's going to grab the content for whatever page you're on and put it in the page. So we're just going to grab the loop, and because this is your main content, I'm going to copy. I'm going to go to my Dreamweaver, look for the index PHP, and this is where we're going to put our section, because in our section is where we want to put our content. So I'm just going to paste it right here in the section. Make sure it's in the nested portion. There we go. Now what we see here is it's asking, are there any posts for this particular page? And if there is, it puts the title. Yeah, you can separate it so you can see a little bit better. This title tag goes into the database and grabs the title of the page we're on. Then it'll put the date. Now generally I take the date off because if it's a regular page we don't need the date, but I'm going to leave it on just to show you. And then it goes in to get the content of that page, you know, where we put the dummy content. And then I just added this extra little edit button here so that we can go back and edit this particular page. Now let's go ahead and save that. And as you know, you have to FTP all the changes that you make. So here's my index PHP. I made changes on that. I move it up. And now if we go to the site and hit refresh, you can see that it went in and it got our content for that particular page. And it put it in the section. This is now drawing from the database. Here's the date that I was talking about. This is where you probably don't want to put a date on a page. On your home page, really? No, you don't. So you could either go here to edit the page. Now actually what we want to do is go back to the index and remove that line if we don't want to put the date on our pages. So I'll save it, and because I made the change I have to FTP it up. It overwrites the old one, and now when we click upon this you can see now the date is gone. Okay, so now we have the loop. Our theme is actually connecting with the database. Okay, other things that we can do, I suppose we can put our, let's do something with this right bar. Okay, now look, here's the cool part. Remember when we did the functions? We had these sidebars that were created. And here's our sidebar. It's registering the sidebar. Notice that I spelled it wrong, but that doesn't matter. WordPress doesn't care as long as there's no spaces or special characters. Now, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a widget area for the right bar. So what we're going to do is go down a little bit, and look, here's the sidebars. And the sidebar for the right bar is right here. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go to my index. This is my main page. I'm going to look for right bar right here, and I'm going to paste it in. Once I save that, what am I going to have to do? Yes, that's right. I have to FTP that because now it's there. Overwrites the old one. Now watch what happens. When we go to our dashboard, into our widgets, now we can move things into that right bar. See, here's the right bar, misspelled. But if I was to drag the calendar in there and hit, let's just put events. Or, I know, how about news collection. Whatever. And when I hit save and I go to my page, you can see that it put the calendar in the right bar because that's where I put the sidebar stuff. Okay, so that's pretty cool. It means that now we are communicating with the database, and it's responding to whatever widgets we put in. All right, let's go back and put some more a snippet in. The featured image, for example. The featured image is a picture that your client can pick that goes along with the page. They have the ability to do that. And right now we can determine where that default image is going to go. So let's copy that. And let's go to our index. And let's put it above. Let's put it above our widget area for the right bar. There. Now when we save that, what do we got to do? We have to update it by moving it to the server before we can test it. And of course there's nothing going to be there because we're going to go to edit the page. We can either go edit the page here, or remember the edit that I included in our loop. We can go down to the edit, and now we will set a featured image. So I'm going to select a file. I'm going to find a graphic here, and I don't know what this is. Let's see what it is. Is it worthy? Okay. Okay, we'll put a leaf there. Okay. So now it uploads the leaf into our media library, and over here we can change the title, leaf. Do we really want to, okay, we can edit the image if we want. We can set an action, and here's for our alt tag, a red leaf, so that screen readers will be able to see that. And I'm going to set the featured image, and when I hit update, and I go to my beautiful page, it now has a leaf. Okay, so that's how you let your clients put a featured image. Now you could put that anywhere. You could put it down in the news area. You can allow them to pick the header image. So you could. There's a lot of things that you can do there. All right. Let's see. Let's put another widget area in. Let's go to our tool, and I don't know, let's put something in our graphics 1. So there it is. That's our widget area for graphics 1. We'll copy that, and let's go to our index and look for graphics 1. Here it is, graphics 1. Content for graphics 1 goes here, and I'm just going to paste that in. Once again, I'm going to save it. I have to go and update it on the server. Remember, it's PHP, so the only way that you can test it is on the server. Now, there's not going to be anything there. You know why? Because we have to drag something there. Okay, so where's our graphics 1? Demo, news. Okay, it's going to go right here. Notice that it saved a place for us. Let's go to our widgets, and look, there is a sidebar for our graphics 1. And so what can we put there? Let's put, I don't know, let's go and put a list of our pages. Okay, and we'll put, let's put contents. And once we save it, and we go to our site, there it is, contents with all our pages. So now we can go to the about page, we can go to the home page, we can go to the news page, but we don't have any posts yet. But as you can see, you create the various widget areas where you can drag things. Let's drag something into the graphics 2. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to look for graphics 2. I'm going to go to the graphics 2. There it is, graphics 2. And so I'm creating a place where I can drag things to graphics 2. Updates it. I'm going to go to our widget area. Oops, I'm going to go back to our widget area. Widgets. Find graphics 2. Here it is. And I don't know what we can put there. We can put, well, let's put our search bar. Graphics 2. We'll put, find it. Find it. Now you don't have to put anything in the title, but just to show you how it works. Now we go to our page, we go down to the graphics 2 div, and there it is. There's a search. Okay, so that's how you can put your basic widgets on your page. It is now communicating with the database. Here's our about, here's our news, nothing in the news, and you can keep going and creating different things. So that's how you do that.